Hello my fellow idiots and welcome to take 2 of recording this goddamn video. Take 1 actually had no audio. Shows you how rusty I am. But yeah, let's get straight into the video. I recently announced that I wanted to get back into videos. Basically, I'm just pulling up the announcement. It was a few days ago. The staff are going to kick me in the ass to be more productive, get more content out to you guys, be it video or be it written guides. There is one written guide I need to finish off, and that is the Discord webhooks part 4 using third-party services such as If This Then That and Zapier, or however you want to Zapper, or however you want to pronounce it. And I'm also looking at doing one-off videos, because if I look at my series draft, there'll be some text on the screen. I have the first 6 episodes planned. I've had them planned since last year, but depression, getting burnt out, getting divorced, even more depression, self-destructive depression. I'll touch on that in a bit. But yeah, season 2 of the tutorial is going to be a starboard bot called Starlord. Yay, my originality! But basically we're going to go through environmental setup, initializing Git and NPM repositories, getting our applications, how to install. Basically it's going to be back to basics. But we'll be using version 12 of Discord, unless that's been released. I don't know. I literally have not touched code in literal months. But we're going to be doing event loading, command loading, and we're going to be using something called the raw event, which isn't actually documented, as far as I'm aware. Again, not done any coding. As far as I'm aware, it has not been documented in the official documentation. So we'll be using that to get the raw event for basically everything, but messages, heartbeats, and this, that, and the other. But we'll be mainly focusing on the reaction additions and the reaction removals, or deductions, whatever you call them. So basically, whenever a reaction is added to a message, it'll scrape that data, it'll find out, is it this reaction? And if it's that reaction, then it'll fetch the message ID, it'll fetch the message, it'll build the message object, and then it'll post it to a predefined, pre-configured starboard channel. I'm not using GuideBot. This is going to be its own tutorial bot, Series 2. And basically, as I say, I've got the first 6 episodes planned in my head and the general consensus, or the general theme of the video written down. But yeah, I've got a bunch of your suggestions. Some of them I'm going to do, some of them I'm not going to do, because I want the one-offs or the one-shots to be able to be done within a day. And that's recorded, edited, and uploaded within a day. Some of the suggestions, while are fantastic, would be its own dedicated series. There was one suggestion. Let me just scroll to it. Again, there might be some text on the screen with the suggestion that was given. A user called Holroy said, I think it would be nice to have a guide on how to create some simple text game, which covers how people could sign up for the game, which then would trigger showing a dedicated channel or set of channels, and how to have dedicated commands related to that text game. That sounds fantastic. But for a one-off 30-minute max episode, not a chance. That'd span multiple channels, multiple videos. Creating the logic behind a simple text game is anything but simple, unless it's... No examples come to mind, because I can't remember the name of the text RPG game. from way back when. But it's literally like north, and it'll say, "Oh, you have come to this. What you see? This, this, and this. What do you want to do? Pick up this or inspect that." That is a lot of logic, to try and cram into a 30-minute video. It's not going to happen. That in itself would probably be 3, maybe 4 episodes, 30 minutes, so basically about 2, maybe 3 hours worth of video content. And that's what you guys would see. Because when I'm doing recordings, if something doesn't go to plan or something goes wrong, I will essentially either record that part or re-record the entire video from scratch. And it usually takes me 2-3 hours from start to finish of just recording. The shortest video I ever done was a Raspberry Pi video, and that's because I did the steps over and over again to drum it into my head. I even had like a little written keynotes, like step by step. Oh, do this, then do this, and it's like, do not do this until you've done this. But I'd have to like figure out the logic. I would have to basically come up with my own text game. So that in itself is maximum, like upend maximum 5 hours worth of content for you. And that'd probably take me about 2 weeks just to do that part. Then signing up for the game. That in itself, probably 2 episodes. And then it's like showing dedicated channels. That's just permission based. That's like 1 episode. And the dedicated commands for the game, that and again, 1, maybe 2 episodes. So you're looking at maximum 20 episodes, 15, 20 episodes, depending on how in-depth you guys want it. So that, again, amazing suggestion, and I would love to do that for like personal projects, but it's not going to happen. In terms of tutorials, not going to happen. People have been asking for dashboard tutorials. Not going to happen. Not how they want it anyway. They want a tutorial on how to either make a dashboard from scratch or a tutorial on how to upgrade from EJS to something like Vue or React. Not going to happen. However, and this is the caveat, however, there is one suggestion that I already had planned, because I was going to do 3 if you include the Patreon content. I was going to do 2 series. 1, the tutorial bot of Starlord, and 2, I was going to do a dedicated series on Guidebot, on what you can do to make it better, such as taking the dashboard and the bot and popping them apart, but still having the intercommunication between the 2 processes. So if the bot goes down, the website will still work. And if the website goes down, the bot will still work. Because currently, if one goes down, they both go down because it's running in the same process. So there is that I do plan on doing. But in terms of like changing it from this particular engine to that particular engine, no, not going to happen. But that is it for the content of what I've got planned. If you want any like written guides, by all means give me suggestions. I'd say give me suggestions on the server, not in the comments, because I don't get notifications for the comments. I mean, I haven't looked at the channel for months, so there's probably like a gazillion messages waiting for me. Yeah, join the server. There will be a link to the server in the description. Join the server, give some feedback, and I'll see you on the server and I'll be able to talk to you. But the reasons behind my somewhat disappearance is basically boils down to problems at home. Me and my wife weren't happy in the marriage, and as you guys know, it ultimately ended up in my wife asking me for a divorce. Now, if, and this is going to sound cold hard, but if I genuinely loved my wife, ex-wife, as much as I did when we first started dating, when we first got married, then I would have been fighting tooth and nail. But we were married for about 6 years, and the spark had fucked off. Every little thing that she did that I found cute originally started to bug me. Everything that I did bugged her, and I mean everything. But ultimately, I don't hold it against her. I still have love for her. I'm not in love with her. She is the mother of my kids, and nothing will change that. But that put me in a downward spiral. I want to thank Kai for helping me when it mattered. Thank you. But I have had a few self-destructive episodes. The most notable one is when I completely destroyed several long-term projects. A few of which I'm not going to mention because they were like personal projects. But I deleted the Idiot Showcase, I deleted Mizaki, I deleted the Mizaki Support Guild, I deleted God knows how many other servers I was on that I owned. I left an insane amount of guilds because I was on like 50, 60 guilds. Now I'm on like 20. So yeah, not smart. But I am seeing a therapist. They're helping me deal with stuff, they're helping me balance, but sometimes I have a bad day, which is normal. But the biggest news is I'm now seeing someone. She's fantastic, she's amazing. She gives me this positive energy. How she described it is we're yin and yang. She's my yin, I'm her yang, and we seem to balance each other out, which is fantastic. Again, however dickish this sounds, all of the mistakes I made during the marriage and my previous relationships, I am taking those lessons to heart and I'm trying to be a better person. Too little too late in regards to my ex-wife, but I've moved on. But yeah, I'm doing a lot better emotionally, mentally, and physically. I've actually lost quite a bit of weight. Don't know if you can tell in the videos, but I have lost a good couple of inches off the waist. Not enough to be happy, but it's getting there. And as you can see, like new hairstyle. Basically, I'm becoming who I used to be. I used to be a laid back, happy, going, get up and go person, but then I settled down. Now, settling down isn't a bad thing. How I settled down in the relationship that I was settled down in wasn't fully healthy. There's a thing called compromise within a relationship, and that is healthy as long as it doesn't change who you are in here. That did change in my marriage, and not for the good. It changed for the bad. I'm stubborn. But as I said, this new relationship, I'm going forward, being more open to feedback, ideas, suggestions, and being more true to myself. And so far, I haven't been this happy in a long time, and I want to pay it forward. I want to take this positive energy and pay it forward, be it by content. I want to write guides, I want to make videos, and I want to seize and strike when the iron is hot. So yeah. You are York. What the fuck are you doing here? Hey, York, don't forget to remind them of the API content. Okay?
Go on.
Shush. Yes, I'm York. I'm you from the future. As York mentioned, there is Patreon content. I did start a new Patreon series, making your own API. Got some feedback on that. You guys have said you wanted an image generation API. Not going to happen because I offer that service for free, and I don't want to create a bazillion and one competitors. Someone suggested a database API to like coincide with the guide bot dashboard being split from the actual bot process. I'm tempted, but not for the series. And it's like upload image APIs. Like no, way too many security potholes there. So I'm thinking of doing an API that saves images. So if you've got like an imagery album, you can get all the links and put them into a JSON file or just a file, read them and save the image. That's what I'm going to be doing. I've already got episode 1 done. Episode 2, I'm going to have to rewatch all my content. Episode 2 will be obviously be continuation. But if I remember correctly, I was going to show you a method of securing your API so you can people can have keys. I can't remember if that was the case, but I think that would actually be a decent episode. Whilst the API will be making will be keyless, so anyone can use them. But this is going to be like an optional episode. Other than that, I think that's everything that's covered. As I said, there'll be a link in the description down below for the server and for Idiot's Guide and idiots.guide. So you guys can join. And I guess that's it, because I've been rambling for almost like 20 fucking minutes. So I'll see you guys in the next video.